The night was eerily quiet, a thick fog blanketing the quiet suburban neighborhood. The air felt heavy with anticipation, as if the streets themselves knew something terrible was about to unfold. A distant siren howled, cutting through the silence as it approached, sending chills through the veins of anyone who dared to listen. It was a kind of night where secrets lingered and mysteries took root. Inside a modest two-story house, nestled on a quiet street in a town that seemed to have more of its share of ordinary days, a crime was being born. One that would leave an indelible mark on the town and on the minds of those who would never forget it. Unsolved, haunting, and all too familiar. And it began with a single scream. Before we dive deeper into this chilling investigation, I just want to remind you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our future uploads. We post true crime, suspense-filled stories every day, and each case is more shocking than the last. If you're new to the channel, be sure to catch up with our previous videos to immerse yourself fully in these gripping tales. Now, let's jump right back into the story. In the small town of Maplewood, life moved at its own unhurried pace. A place where everyone knew everyone else, the small community was known for its sleepy streets and safe, family-friendly atmosphere. People rarely locked their doors, and children played outside long after the sun went down. But underneath the surface of this idyllic existence, something sinister was brewing, something that would turn Maplewood into a place of whispered conversations, police sirens, and suspicion. It was 10:30 p.m. on a cool autumn evening when the first sign of trouble surfaced. The police received an anonymous call. A woman, frantic and breathless, told the operator she had seen something she shouldn't have. I think I saw someone. Someone in the woods. Near the house on Maple Street, she stammered, before the line went dead. The operator tried calling back, but there was no answer. This call, which might have been dismissed as a prank under normal circumstances, would set off a chain of events that would change the lives of everyone in town. It wasn't the first odd occurrence in Maplewood, but it would be the last one that anyone could ignore. This time, something darker was at play. The house on Maple Street belonged to the Devereux family, Andrew and Claire, along with their two children, Emma and Ethan. They were the picture of a perfect family, successful, kind, and well-known in the community. But as the fog settled that night, everything was about to change. The Devereux family had been reported missing by their neighbors the following morning. The house, usually filled with the sound of laughter and the smell of Claire's famous chocolate chip cookies, was now eerily silent. The windows were dark, and the front door stood ajar. Nothing seemed out of place except for the fact that the family was gone, without a trace. Local authorities were quick to respond. Police and search teams combed through the surrounding woods, the same woods the anonymous caller had mentioned. There were no signs of forced entry, no signs of struggle, and most disturbingly, no signs of the family anywhere. It was as if they had simply vanished into thin air. Neighbors and friends were interviewed, but no one had seen anything unusual. Everyone spoke highly of the Devereux family. The only clue, a faint but disturbing detail, was a strange symbol drawn on the front door, smeared with what appeared to be fresh paint. Detective Jane Matthews, a seasoned investigator with a reputation for solving difficult cases, was called in to take over the investigation. Matthews, who had seen her fair share of missing persons cases, knew there was something off about this one. The family had not just vanished, they had been taken, and someone in the town knew something. The first step was to conduct a thorough search of the Devereux home. As Matthews and her team combed through the house, they uncovered a series of strange occurrences. Claire's diary, filled with cryptic entries about an unnamed threat. Andrew's computer, which showed evidence of a secret meeting in the woods a few days before their disappearance. A locked drawer, which contained an old photograph of Andrew and Claire standing in front of a rundown cabin, with no explanation of its significance. As the team dug deeper, they interviewed anyone who had seen the Devereux family recently. They were met with conflicting reports and dead ends. Some neighbors spoke of Andrew's strange behavior in the days leading up to their disappearance. He seemed nervous, on edge, almost like he was hiding something. Others mentioned Claire's increasing isolation, as if she were trying to keep a secret from her family. The investigation quickly took on a darker turn. One by one, new evidence pointed to a chilling possibility. The Devereux family had been involved in something far more sinister than anyone had imagined. As Matthews and her team delved into the family's background, they uncovered a shocking truth. Andrew had been involved in a series of shady financial dealings that no one had known about. A local businessman, who preferred to remain anonymous, revealed that Andrew had been secretly buying property in the surrounding area, much of it near the woods where the family had disappeared. Moreover, Matthews found out that Claire had been looking into local folklore, researching old myths about the woods and the ancient ones who were said to dwell there. It seemed that her interest in these stories had deepened, and her journal entries hinted at something more than mere curiosity. There was talk of a cult, of rituals, and of something darker that had been hidden in the town's past. One night, as Matthews reviewed the case files, she discovered something chilling. Hidden in one of the diaries was a map, faded and torn, that pointed to an isolated cabin deep in the woods. It was the same cabin from the photograph. This was the breakthrough they needed. The search team set out early the next morning, guided by the map. As they ventured deeper into the woods, the air grew colder, and the silence was almost suffocating. After hours of searching, they finally found the cabin, a dilapidated structure covered in ivy and moss as though it had been abandoned for decades. Inside, they discovered evidence of a cult, strange symbols painted on the walls, a collection of old books, and a hidden chamber beneath the floorboards, where an altar had been set up. There were signs that the Devereux family had been involved in this dark world, but there was no trace of them. As Matthews and her team pieced the evidence together, a disturbing theory began to form. It seemed that Andrew and Claire had stumbled upon something dark and powerful. Perhaps they had discovered the truth about the ancient cult and had become entangled in their web. The cult had been operating for decades, hiding in plain sight, and it seemed that they would stop at nothing to protect their secrets. The breakthrough came when Matthews uncovered a chilling letter hidden in Andrew's briefcase from a man named Samuel Crowley, a notorious criminal with ties to underground cults. Crowley had written to Andrew, warning him to stay away from the woods and the ancient rituals. The letter ended with a chilling message: "If you dig too deep, you will not like what you find." Matthews now had a new suspect, Samuel Crowley. But when the police went to arrest him, they found that he had disappeared, just like the Devereux family. It was as if he had known they were coming and had vanished without a trace. Despite the breakthroughs, the case was far from solved. The evidence pointed to a vast conspiracy involving powerful figures in the town who had been using the cult for their own gain. But every lead Matthews pursued seemed to lead to another dead end. The truth was just out of reach, slipping away like sand through her fingers. In the years that followed, the town of Maplewood remained haunted by the disappearance of the Devereux family. Local legends grew, with people whispering about the strange rituals in the woods and the ancient beings that still walked among them. Some believed the family had been taken by the cult. Others thought they had been murdered to keep the truth hidden. But no one knew for sure. To this day, the case remains unsolved. The Devereux family's fate is a mystery that continues to haunt Maplewood, and the search for answers continues. Detective Jane Matthews, now retired, still remembers the case, and the one question that has never left her mind: what happened to the Devereux family? The dark secrets of the woods, the cult, and the shadowy figures in the town's past remain hidden, locked away in a place where no one dares to look. And as the years pass, the whispers continue, growing louder. What do you think happened to the Devereux family? Was it a cult conspiracy, a dark secret hidden in the woods, or something more sinister? Leave your thoughts in the comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more chilling true crime stories. Like, share, and turn on notifications to stay updated on the latest episodes. Stay tuned for more investigations, and thank you for watching.